Okay, Andrea, it's all you, and I'll share my screen.
Okay. Well, we have a full house today. Where are we? December 11th, 3:03 p.m. And in the room from the Stewardship Committee, we have Tom Dillon, Molly Taylor, Mark Post, Mike Kelso. Then we have Melody McCandless from the Grand County Commission Liaison. We have Jennifer Jones from the BLM. And we have a guest speaker, Anna Sprout from the Trail Ambassador Program.
Yeah, that's the new terminology.
Is it still the Trail Ambassador Program? You are?
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
Yeah, other four. Okay.
Yeah, I need to. It is.
Okay, so the first thing is approval of the minutes. So we have two sets of minutes to approve. We have the minutes from September 11th, and we have the minutes from November 17th. So, anyone?
I will make a motion that we approve minutes from our September meeting and our special meeting in November.
My second.
Okay, can do them together, I guess. Any discussion? Any edits?
Can I just say that it probably isn't all that appropriate, my quote underneath discussion items fee increase, where it says, I think it is a steal. Probably should rephrase that and say that it is a bargain.
Okay, okay.
It's an edit regarding the annual pass fee.
Okay, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Words matter, that's all.
This is the first time people really started looking at this stuff.
I've edited them before. No, I've edited them before. I think this was a me thing that I misspoke and could have used a better word.
People were too open on the minutes.
Thank you.
And then there it is. Okay, all right.
And maybe it's just rephrased to about the fee increase. I support it and advocated for it in the business plan and feel that it's a good value for the money. A good value.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
But I defer to the committee.
I have to that edit. Okay. Bargain. Right. That's good value. Okay. All right. Any other discussion or edit? Okay, so Mark made a motion, and Molly seconded. So all in favor? All right. Are you in favor? I don't vote on this one, do I? Am I a voter? Yeah, you're a voter. Yes. Okay. Okay, so the next thing is to just look at the chart with our revenue. And so if you remember when we met last time, I don't know if we talked about this part or not, but definitely in September, we talked about the fact that we were below, and now we're 1.25 up compared to last year. So that's good. At least we're not flat, we're below. So, and I think I don't know if I was going to make a note in your email, but I don't remember. I think I did. So on the balance sheets for 2025, if you go to, well, the first page, we do have $623,061 in the fund balance, essentially, well, in our, our cash. We can buy cash fund. If you go to the second page, if you happen to look at this total and look at this total, they're different. And when I got this, I was like, okay, what's going on? And the clerk's office hasn't put in the correct amount yet for the recreation.gov group site sales. It's actually 61,700 and not 50,040. We got quite a bit in November. We got like 13,000 in November in sales for people planning for next year. And then they didn't have all of November in there. So they were short like 10,000 for revenue. So So that's why it's different from mine, because I use Square and I can use it every day, every sales that I put into it. So I have to practice. Sometimes I'll have it before them. Sometimes. I don't know why they don't have the rec.gov the same as me, but it usually, it always ends up the same eventually. So any questions about that part? Expense reimbursements up a little bit more than when we met and discussed it in September, because we sold some more books to CNHA. We did buy about 40 in September. So, and I just, along that same line, I just talked to Utah Raptor State Park, and they are interested in selling them out there too.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and they're already at Dead Horse, so that'll be nice. As far as the third page on the balance sheet, the only things that are over that we didn't talk about last time, things are just slightly over, but obviously the budget as a whole is nowhere near what was budgeted. So we are in good shape. So the vehicle maintenance, I had to buy another set of tires. And actually it's probably going to end up closer to 10,000 by the end. They came in today. We have to go get them put on. And then, just to say something about the tires that come on those lease vehicles are not good. And so what Cody I found out what the road department is doing is they take those tires off and they store them and they put decent tires on it. And then they put those back on when they turn it back in. Yep. So that's what we're doing now. So the tires are not even good for a dirt road that are on the vehicle. So yeah, so we're switching that. And then the contract toilet services were just over a little bit, $140. And we're done. They don't have any more for the year. Although I might have her come up and just do a cleaning in the middle of December of just the 4 toilets at Slickrock, depending on, right now they're looking fine, but if a lot of people come and look at the tree, we're gonna have our bathrooms clean. So we might, because usually they don't clean our bathrooms December, January, and February, till mid-February.
She's a very good cleaner.
Yes, they do an excellent job. Yeah, we're so lucky to have them as our. And then printing and publishing, we were over somewhat, and that was again because we were printing those books. And another, I think we had to do some hang tags, extra hang tags. So we're a little bit over there, but then again, we're getting reimbursed with the book sales. And you'll see the supplies and equipment. We are about almost 4,000 over, and that's because I went ahead and bought. I think I told you this last time. I bought all the fire rings that we need so we don't have any old fire rings up there anymore. So I bought 15 fire rings, and then we'll change them out. And we were worried about steel prices going up. I was like, let's just buy them. So those are the things that are, over on the line item, but not over the whole budget, of course. Okay. So the part with the 2026 budget is really no change from last time we met, except information on the administrative fees. So everybody got one of these that wants one? You want one, Jennifer?
Yeah.
So last time we met, we were looking at a possibility of paying from $88,000 to $135,000. That was the range, depending on which methodology they used. So now what they've decided is, this is from the methodology he talked about at our meeting in November that Gabe Wojcik talked about. And so if you go down, if you see the 4 departments at the top, that's us, roads, Moab Office of Tourism, trails, and sandplots. And then you see
that's a good amount on that first one.
Yeah.
2,000, because right now we pay 40.
Right.
So that would be great.
That's what we're
go for that.
That's what we're hoping.
That's what the commission approved. Well, they tentatively like the thumbs up, thumbs up. We will vote on it on Tuesday for our entire budget, which is a component of it. But I'm feel very confident. It seemed like all 7 commissioners were like, we're going to go with $1 per full-time employee equivalent in these 4 different departments. And so it's not so detrimental to any of them as what the 10% was. But the amount that they figured out, because I mean, remember I said I was really interested to see what this is, and I think it's shocking, $8.18.
Yeah. You can see I have that written in pen.
Yeah, 818 is what they decided that when they factored the attorney, HR, IT, maintenance clerk, admin, treasurer, and audit into it. And you can look at, this is all the numbers and this is all of their factoring, came out with $8.18 is how much it costs per employee with all the other county administrative fees. But none of us could fathom charging that to our departments but at least we have now something that if the state auditor asks us what because the admin fees we had prior, we had no reason, we didn't know how they were calculated. At least now as employees go in and out or they work more hours or whatever, this is the actual true to date. And it actually came back, this is the right one, 305, this is the one. Because it was like 312 and now it's 305, so.
Yeah, and they, and if you look like, okay, you have their budget that is the percentage of their totals based on, what they do for other departments. You have that 3,302,000, and then this full-time equivalent. Remember, I was saying I thought it should be like 209.
Yeah.
They got 194, and that's because Quinn worked on this, Quinn Hall from the admin office, and he was looking at hours. So he went and looked at all the county hours, employee hours, and that's how he came up with the 194. And then how does this formula work again? But anyway, I know how it works. I'm thinking, right. So you divide the 194, you get the 17,000, and then you multiply that by the, divide it by the 2080, which is your full-time hours, and you come up with the 818. And so we could be looking next year. So we are 6.25 equivalent, if you go down to the next section of employees at Sandflies, 13,000 hours, which is all of our hours. And at 818, that would be 106,390 possibly next year.
So the one question
I mean, not 2026, possibly 2027. We don't know. There'll be discussion.
So yeah, they're going to create we'll just finish this. The counties can do. They're going to create a subcommittee to kind of go over this too, because we have other non-general fund departments that we want to bring in. But right now, the general fund supplements those departments so highly that it's silly to I think it's silly to take the money out and put it back in.
Right.
Another commissioner thinks it's cleaner accounting to take it out and put it back in. We have so many lines on our budget. I'm like, you don't need more confusing things. But it's also just good to know that if those departments like the airport ever got self-sufficient, then we would do the same thing to them. But right now the general fund's paying their expenses. So charging them expenses and then paying them back seems silly.
Right.
But if the airport was self-sufficient, then we'd say, hey, you know what, you're on our accounting plan, all this stuff, you have all of these different fees, and they'd apply it. So there's a subcommittee that's we're going to do for the beginning of the year to kind of look at this and create maybe a step up to say we're at $4 this year, maybe we'll be at 4.5 next year, 5 the next year.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to jump.
Quinn was kind of like, probably going to be.
Well, if you look at it,
in 2027. That's what
no way
but I don't know.
to reduce attorney fees for the general fund would solve everything, or not include the attorney fees as part of the administrative problem. But anyway, at 1,065,000, I don't even know that number.
Yeah, but they only have 30.37% is interdepartmental.
Yeah.
So he's only charging $394,000 as a fee for these
All the departments.
Okay.
So he only took 37% of his budget. But some of them like HR and IT are 100%. They are there to support the rest of the county.
Yeah.
And so they are 100%. The treasurer put 0.34 because a lot of what he does is collecting property tax and stuff. But so they were the ones that gave the directors in those departments were the ones that said, this is how much, 90% of maintenance is supports. I don't even know what that 0.10 would be towards, because our maintenance department would do all maintenance for this. So they just took it as a whole and separated. And you guys have the
Right. I'm just saying the county should reduce their legal fees.
Well, the other thing, what's not clear is the 194, does that include the FTEs in the non-general departments? It should. In order to do this correctly, that needs to include
Countywide.
the county and the general and the non-general.
It does.
Okay.
It does. It's all employees.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's all employees, whether they're non-general fund department or not.
Are
It's
included.
all employees.
It
Yeah.
should. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was my argument before, but
Right.
But these are the only 4 departments that are self-sufficient in the county.
And then it can increase over time, at least we would know ahead of time.
You'll know ahead of time and well before your budget even starts. You should know if we can do anything with it in March, April, so for next year.
Yeah, it'd be cleaner if you can get there eventually, where you're not having to discount, but that's for future.
Yeah, but I don't really want to charge each department $8.18. That seems so much, but I mean, it's reality, but.
it doesn't seem like a lot though. Let's say you have a $22, employee that's making $22 an hour. Are they really costing, as part-time, are they really costing the county $8 an hour for them working here in administrative?
Well, maybe we're just gonna get rid of this. I mean, we have a hiring freeze,
That's what
so
I'm saying,
not
we're
hiring
hiring
us.
some of the attorney fees, somehow reduce.
But then are we taking that, you know what, though?
What?
I'm not, we'll deal with this in the subcommittee, but if we're taking that tentative 2026 budget, that we just froze 27 jobs, but they're in the budget. But so they're in this tentative budget, so you're getting,
More.
it would be less money because,
We should take the county council salaries and put it all toward the attorney fees, and then that would.
You're saying that some of these departments here, some of these departments that are listed in the budget, they have some positions that are frozen?
yeah,
So their budget really isn't this high?
that's what I'm thinking. When I'm looking at it now, after all conversation.
Yeah, the first dimmers.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Because if we're like, this is our tentative 2026 budget for these departments, but for example, I mean, I don't know actually if any of these places will have lower, they might not have open, like dispatch has open people, the sheriff has open people. I don't know if the recorder has open people, but none of those are on here. So maybe it wouldn't affect these positions, but there probably is a few. I mean, we have 27 positions that are not going to get hired, which is okay.
Yeah,
So we don't need that right now.
right. Wow. No, that's a really good question. Well, I don't know if admin or clerk was up to get anybody.
Yeah, admin clerk
Or
I don't think there
maintenance.
was.
I don't know. IT
I feel like
probably
it
wasn't.
was.
IT is waiting, I think.
Oh yeah, IT is waiting. So there could be some smaller adjustments because this would be the budget. And if when we freeze the budget, the hiring thing, it doesn't necessarily take those positions out of the budget for.
Right, because they're positions. That's why mine is 6.25, because that actually includes a position that's not filled.
That's not filled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I had another question.
Okay. Well, we'll bring that up in the subcommittee.
Yeah, in the subcommittee.
I'm not going to talk about it on Tuesday.
But
No.
Just for clarification, though, the 52 is proposed to be voted on.
Yeah.
So that's probably a hard number, a good number for
I
us.
think it's a good number.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Without predetermining the outcome of a
I
meeting,
understand.
I would say this is the
They put their thumbs up. All of them had their thumbs
all
up.
7.
All 7 had their thumbs up
Wow.
on Tuesday. Yeah, because we had workshops. You guys had workshops Monday, Tuesday, so I was there at both of them.
Okay, good.
And I was gonna come the next day, and then Tess said, "Oh, please come on Tuesday." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "We just want to have a department head there that's being affected." Okay, that's what she said. So okay,
I like it when you guys are all there. It's good. You know what's going on.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. It was good. It was good to know all of the stuff, what you guys are going through. Some of it. Okay, I was thinking of one more thing with that one. Anyway, that'll be good for the subcommittees next year. Oh, I know what it was. This is the budget, but you know how some departments come in under budget?
Mm-hmm.
So this is supposed to be taken out, this 52,000 is supposed to be taken out at the end of the year. So they're gonna look at what was actually spent in these budgets and redo it and say, hey, the attorney really only spent, didn't spend 65,000 this year. So
Yeah, that's what when I noticed it was based on the 2026 tentative budget, I was like, well, that's interesting.
Gabe told me it was going to be actual. When he was doing the 10%, he said it's going to be it'll be at the end of the year, it'll be based on actual and what was spent on my budget. So you would think that this would still be actual for these budgets.
I'm still at a deal at $4.
I know.
We're still at a deal at $4. But as
Still.
far as next year, it's a deal. But as far as next year, when we really look at it, that'll be like, no, we should take that 2025 actuals.
Yeah.
We should take the 2025 actuals to figure out the following year, so whatever. But if we cut a lot of positions, it's going to ebb and flow.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the thing with this formula, it is gonna
Yeah,
have
because
to
three
go.
hundred and $12,000 when we first got it, and then we went down and got rid of some employees. And then down to 305 by the time, in like 2 weeks worth of time, because they reevaluated what employees we had and some left and stuff, so the hours.
Right. Look at yours. Well, my hours were right until, I made a point of that because they had me at 7. I'm like, no, we're really 6.25 when you look at the actual hours, because 3 of my full-time are budgeted at 1,900 hours. And Sandflies has been that, 1,840 really, but then we are up to 1,900. We've done that since 2002 so that we could operate, because there wasn't enough money way back. And then the employees that are in those positions are happy working those hours because it gives a little more, lifetime, family, and balance with work. So anyway, okay, so that's good. That's the admin. So I'm glad they went down to $4 an hour. And Sandflies was paying more than any of the other departments when they went.
$2.82 an employee, the most. Yeah.
They were paying 170.
So who knows how it was even calculated before.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because they weren't nothing matched anything else when you're comparing the different departments. Okay, so what is next? I think we might be ready for Anna.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready, Anna?
Yes.
Since you're right on the spot there.
Yeah, I'll just I wanted to come in and give everybody an update on what's happening with the Moab Trail Ambassador Program. So this past year, we've been working really hard.
I don't go to any meetings.
No, to develop a nonprofit, which we named Steward Moab. And this nonprofit, our mission, because our program covers many areas of recreation, is to foster responsible connections to the Moab area public lands through education and collaborations that protect and enhance non-motorized and motorized recreation experiences for all. It's a long mission, but I think it covers our bases when it comes to our future grant applications, especially with the OHVR, which is a big part of our program moving forward. So what this means is that, yes, one of our projects and most well-developed projects is the Moab Trail Ambassador Program. The commission passed the contract in November, which transitioned a lot of assets with the program to Steward Moab, and also provided $150,000 for this first year. This is the Discover Moab page. I didn't send a presentation to anyone, but so our focus for 2026 is going to be hiking and OHV. That's our priority. That's where we have to staff, myself and Mariah. I'm now the executive director. Mariah is the program manager. So we've kind of shifted up into new roles. So Mariah is managing the day-to-day, and I'm trying to build the next steps and start these relationships with the boards.
Okay, I just asked a question.
Yep.
So is her position still funded by the health department?
Yep.
Partially?
It's still partially funded by the health department. So she does lead the Human Waste Initiative in partnership with the health department. So, and so our priority for 2026, Mill Creek, Grand Staff, and Corona Arch, and then Hell's Revenge, Fins and Things, and Poison Spider, because we still are an education program. We prioritize education, while also, if we move into any type of trail work, it's light trail maintenance. It's the raking of the tracks. It's, the sign might have fallen down, we put it back up, but we don't do larger projects, which will be under the scope of GCAT. That type of coordination will be GCAT. So we are operating on only 3 trails for OHV, which is perhaps the most relevant to you all. Mm-hmm. Continuing our operations on Hell's Revenge and Fins and Things. I would like you all to be aware that it is a decreased staffing. So we're just trying to maintain as much as the status quo as we can into 2026. And And that's where we are.
How many people are in the motorized?
There's going to be 2 specifically. So kind of for 2026, our part-time staff are funded via the RTP grant for non-motorized and the OHVR education grant for motorized. And so we have about $35,000 that we can work with for OHV. And we have to spread that out over 6 months. And so what we will still have is, have you all met Ryan Lowe? Ryan Lowe, so Kelton is staying with the county full-time.
Under GCAT?
Under GCAT to coordinate motorized trail work projects with all the surrounding partners. And then Ryan, who was, Kelton was the mentor to Ryan. So Ryan's kind of moving up. He has a very good experience developing this program in conjunction with Kelton. And so we're excited to keep him on in a motorized and a slight hiking capacity. But that allows, the retention of important OHV program information and contacts, because Ryan is very good at contacting the OHV community. So excited to have him. We are prioritizing returning staff because that just means that the amount of time and training going into staffing is minimal. And I'm really proud of our staff this past fall. Even with uncertainty, we've built a team that just operates. And we've streamlined all of our processes. And so they actually made similar contact rates and contact values to the year before, even though we had a smaller team and we weren't sure about what was going to happen in 2026 until now. So we will have a very good team moving into 2026. We are pivoting almost immediately to start writing grants for 2027 because our OHV funding only goes till the end of 2026. And so part of that grant writing is matches. So I'm going to be honest, one of the reasons I am here is because moving forward, we want to continue operating in these high volume spaces, and we might need a little support to match as we can in order to maintain our operation. So I just wanted to throw that out there, put that on the table potentially. So yeah, I'm pivoting immediately. We have at least 4 grants to write by March. And we'll kind of see how that comes together. We might be asking for letters of support. The timing might be weird, but letters of support at the very minimum. And then, we've got a lot going on. So I'm putting together the foundation for paying people. And then developing our partnerships. And one thing I do really want to put out there, and I don't think I've told you yet, is that CNHA did provide bridge funding for 2026 as well, $35,000, which was $10,000 over what I might have expected, which is really helpful.
You can take some back.
No, don't take it back.
Wait, there's more.
The Honda too?
They gave us the Honda too. Yeah, so we will have. So, and that's, currently we have 4 vehicles. 3 of them are for the hiking program and 1 of them is the UTV. And so we absorbed the Commander, which was purchased with the intent of relating more to the user group because it's the cool machine, right? And so we'll still have that to operate in these spaces. And then the Honda Pilot allows us to ideally expand, and then some of our vehicles, like the Bronco, can only go 5 miles a day. So
The Bronco that we gave you that came to us from Search and Rescue.
yeah, so basically all of our vehicles are forgotten vehicles within the county.
Sandfly
Yeah,
was
yeah.
for, oh boy, I don't know, almost 10 years?
They have their
If
quirks.
not more.
If
and
not
we love
more,
them.
we had just hand-me-downs. Everything was hand-me-down.
Yeah, no, they have their quirks and we love them. So the Bronco only goes to Mill Creek. It cannot go further than that.
Not run the police, right?
No, not at all. But so very thankful to CNHA for that support for this coming year. It covers a lot of our overhead. I also want to put out there that I'm just blanking because I've been doing a lot of other stuff today, but we did receive a $2,500 grant from it's a community of motorhomes who are invested in OHV or motorized, and that is specifically for spill kits and waste kits. So they met Ryan multiple times on trail, met Kelton, and they really loved the program, and so they decided they wanted to donate to help support the
Wow.
So really thankful that came to fruition. I think that now that we are Steward Moab and we're a trails-oriented nonprofit across 4 different.
That's your name now, Steward Moab? I didn't know that.
Across 4 different recreation groups, it positions us well to just operate differently with sponsorships and some other types of partnerships that we couldn't explore when we were with the county.
So you're called the Trail Ambassador still, or you're called Steward Moab?
Here, do me a favor, Matt. Can you go to stewardmoab.com?
Oh, we have a website started too?
Well, the newspaper article came out and I was like, they're together.
So yeah, as part of Steward Moab, they are running the Trail Ambassador program.
Mhm.
They are the Trail Ambassador program,
Right.
but they just have a name.
Yeah. So Matt,
Yeah, getting it. Hold on.
so we have had a lot of projects within our program. One of them has been the Moab Guide Summit. So we work with Sandflats and every agency in this area.
I'm still doing that this
And
year.
we're still doing it.
Okay. Just checking.
And so this
April
is
12th and 13th, I think.
March 11th.
March
I'm
11th.
surprised we haven't had meetings yet.
Well,
There
so,
have been some.
well, yes, and
Right.
I've just been chugging along.
People have been busy doing lots of things.
Yeah.
And in particular.
Because usually we start like almost as soon as we're done.
You know, it was a lot of
Yeah,
of course.
you didn't know what was happening.
All of our partners were in uncertainty. We were too, and so I was just chugging along
Okay.
as I could. Once he brings it up, you'll see it. It's not. We haven't pushed it out anywhere, so like not a lot of
But
people
it
are
will
going to our
happen.
website.
Guide training in March something. You already got the date.
March 11th and 12th.
Okay.
But so what maybe you didn't know is that we also help host, and this year I would say we are hosting the Moab Guide Summit because we've done a lot of the work, even though CNHA pays for a lot of for all of this.
Yeah.
And so that is provided historically at no cost, if moving forward at very low cost, like $5
As a fundraiser.
as a fundraiser / to offset some costs because there's limited. It's just challenging this coming year with the parks being closed.
So Terry won't be doing it.
No, but Aaron is.
Oh,
Matt
okay.
Fabiella.
Okay.
Yeah. So National Parks is still on board, and Matt, they're still on board. I've just been doing a lot of the background work, and we reformatted it. But that's a project that we've been working on for the past 3 years with all of our agency partners.
Yep.
You probably didn't know we helped host that.
Yeah, there was
Maybe have people.
4 of us core.
If the food's donated.
That's on our
It's
website.
like over the top. And
Yeah.
some people don't eat, so have them pay for the food.
It's stewardmoab.com. Yeah, it's interesting that I don't know what that is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
No.
Matt, did you hear what she said?
Steward Moab.
What is all that?
It's a former, we have capacity to do business training as well. It's just not a funded program. So like we have very good feedback on our communication training for businesses. This is more like hotels and retail. But we just don't have capacity to do that right
That's
now.
what Joy was starting to do.
Yeah.
I have to admit, after your presentation to CNHA, I was thinking to myself, perhaps we can get them to do a session for our camp host.
Yes, 100%. And we do,
She found
oh,
it.
here we go.
Yeah.
It's a makeshift website.
What the heck was that other one?
Oh, that was Discover Moab.
Oh,
And
no,
no,
the one that was
Steward.
just on there, the Moab
Oh,
Steward.
we don't know.
That was Discover Moab, but we did have a Steward Moab business training program that also.
Oh, so that's why.
But this is our first.
Pull that under your new web.
Yeah. Well, I need money to do a business training program. But we're looking for, of course, donations, volunteers. This is the initial build. It's not the final build.
So I was going to ask you, you've mentioned partnerships and sponsors. How dependent are you on individual donations?
Right now, we're not dependent on individual donations just for this year.
For 2026.
We don't. I've collected $300 in donations through this website right now, but we.
You just opened it.
I know. So we right now are. I want to make sure that the foundation we build is sustainable. And so right now is a great time to be fundraising, and I don't have capacity because I have to set up QuickBooks and set it up so that we can pay. And so 2026 is going to be a curious year. What is individual donations? What is partnerships? What is sponsorships? What is local? And we have to build that out this winter.
So I guess individual donations in 2026, is it misleading because everything's new and people are excited, or is that a data point for future budget years?
It'll be a data point for future budget years. It's hard to say because right now the foundation of our program is the county.
Right.
And so we will see what we can build with individual donations and what we can build with sponsorships and what also we can make reoccurring as well. So I am curious to see what will happen. So I'll know more in December 2026.
Okay. So if any of us are inclined to make a donation, we should wait till December.
No. We still, to be honest, there's going to be different ways that individual donations, for the most part, will be utilized this year. We are budgeting according to what we have currently, right? So we have $185,000 guaranteed to pay our staff, or our overhead and our full-time staff. We have, it gets complicated, I'm sorry, but we have a grant coming in from the health department that helps pay one of our full-time salaries. We have grants we're contracted with the county, provided grant funding to run our part-time for our part-time salaries and our program. We don't technically have money for stickers right now for 2026. So if you were to donate today, I would put that into an account that we will touch only if we need to.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, especially if the money you get from the county this year, that's a one-time thing, right? That's not
a one-time thing.
That's not gonna happen.
150,000.
One-time thing.
Is that right? Is that
Yep.
the one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we are provided that quarterly. So we do get a significant upfront. I believe it's 50,000, and then we get 25,000 quarterly every time after that. And so, let's say, I want to just be realistic. I'm learning this day by day, and so let's say we needed to pay. We covered all of our costs except for Wi-Fi. We might need to pull out some money to cover Wi-Fi, just because I will be learning how to do accounting this year. And I am
$4 per employee.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're right. So, but I expect that there's going to be some oh gosh, I made a mistake. It's very realistic. But also I am trying, I've gotten a lot of information thrown at me to try to be prepared beforehand for all those mistakes.
Right, if you use her as an example, it actually will cost $4 an employee. When you think about your hourly time
But
and
without the attorney's fees.
rolling.
But one of the things that is very fortunate about being in this position is we have a fully developed product that can operate as long as it's funded, right?
Yeah.
Our staff are well trained. They're great mentors to oncoming staff. We have high retention. Every employee that we're heading into 2026 with has at least 2 seasons under their belt. So that's
How many do you have right now?
4.
4.
I was able to navigate it. 4 part-time, 2 full-time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're definitely, I mean, if they're not starting from scratch.
We're not starting from scratch. So it's like, if you were to donate, I might set that aside for the matches that I need to make in 2027 so that I have guaranteed funding. And then if we supplement that in some way, then I have a fund for all my mistakes in 2027.
Donations are still very much appreciated.
That's what I'm hearing.
I don't have any right now.
Do you have an idea of what kind of matches you're gonna be looking for? Partners?
I have to explore, because Maddie historically has written and like leveraged all of those grants, right? So I do have to explore some of the conversations in a new lens, because she had guaranteed funding, of course, and then there might be grants that I can receive and then leverage, and then I might be able to take a little bit of money and create a lot of bit of money, but I just have to navigate that system.
Well, the grants don't ask, like when I was doing the RTP grants back in the day, you were 50-50. And now you'll have to put in like 20, and then you have all that labor that can be matched.
Exactly.
And so it brings it down.
There are ways to make it happen, but I'm going to write them like they're going to be funded, and I'm going to figure out how to fund them. That's just like, I think that's the honest answer. But like I have to, in order to be more confident in 2027, I have to write those grants now. So then I have a whole year to fundraise for that base amount. So like, let's say it's 50,000. I think over 12 months, we might be able to make that happen. And then maybe we get 200,000 out of that, right? But knowing that amount in March is going to be more beneficial than knowing it in September. Yeah. So that's kind of, I am operating at like a part of this is a Hail Mary and a Wild West. Get it together, Anna.
So you're like on a board? Like
we created a subcommittee. Mm-hmm. So when the commission decided to vote for the trail ambassadors to be removed from the county, which actually is really nice, because if we just cut them now with all of our cuts, then they'd be screwed. So we gave them 4 months. 4 months worth of, Jacques and I on a subcommittee with Anna and Maddie and a few other people would join us here and there, and so we had lots of help actually. And so we have met every week for almost 3 months and came up with plans and stuff, and then went back to the commission.
Now will that committee still be like a board over there?
No, she has their own board. So it's not a board. Yeah. So now she has her own board, and I think Kelton's on that board, Maddie's on that board, but Jacques and I aren't. But I mean, she still has allies. But so that now she's her own, but we're helping to navigate getting, and the attorney, he's all of his money to come and help us. I mean, he spent a lot of time with us too, helping us figure out how to get the assets transferred the best way, get the contract, so that the county gave everything that has to do with them to them, and then we also gave them $16,000 early in the conversation to start getting this stuff going, because I was like, without this, you can't start advertising and getting donations. So that's $16,000 and then $150,000 to at least keep some of the salaries. I mean, it'd be nice to give her more, but we're just in a shortfall at the county period.
And, I am going to try to position ourselves to diversify our funding. You have to, right? It can't all come from the county.
How are your benefits being paid?
That is part of the county.
Yeah.
That's part of the money that the county pays. So she had, she had a budget just like you just showed. I mean, we worked through a budget and adding all the things in there, and she's well organized. And if anybody can make this happen, I know that she can. So
That sounds like a great start. And
Yeah.
I think you have tremendous opportunities too, because, I think about the Motorized Trail Committee and how it has no funding. I thought, well, maybe, someone like Red Rock Four Wheelers could donate. I thought, well, you're donating to the county. Who's going to donate to these organizations when you're tied to a county government? When you're nonprofit, all kinds of people are going to be interested in helping. So I have a lot of optimism for where this is going
But
to go.
they still have, GCAT still has like a nonprofit too.
They do. So the Moab Trails Alliance, and I've already talked to them. We did one, they're not as active as maybe they once were.
Yeah.
And, we considered it for a minute, but the Moab Trails Alliance historically has focused on non-motorized trails.
Correct.
And so
They
we
sold
have to
that.
we had to create something new because this doesn't exist. I mean, we have motorized and we have non-motorized. We are all of it.
You're sandblast. Non-motorized.
And I think that does position us well because, like I said, we have a really good product and across every recreation group. And so we're here to help motorized folks hike, hikers motorize. Everybody does everything at some point. And so the intention of the program as we built it out was to have a unified look, regardless of what recreation group you were. So when we were expanding into motorized, the question was, do we change the color? And I was very adamant of no, because when you show up at a hiking trail and you show up at a motorized trail, you just see consistency and nobody's pulled out. Yeah. Nobody's different. We're just there.
And the general public doesn't know where your funding's coming from or what you're attached to. Right?
And now we can talk about it.
Yeah, and before they would want to give them, sometimes want to give them donations, and they're like, well, you can,
and
we're funded through the county.
Yeah.
I have had conversations before with businesses, not necessarily local, but broader, just of oh, this is what we're doing. And they're like, how do I give you money? I'm like, I'm a county. And they're like, hey, you can't do anything for us because the limitation is I can't put your brand on this. I can't do this. I can't do that. And that's changed.
Yeah. And
so already the 2,500, which is our first big motorized donation, we can put their brand on things. You want to give me more? Maybe it goes on the UTV.
Who's that from? 2,500.
It's from Toto, and I'm just forgetting the exact definition, but it's from a traveling.
That was the group you mentioned.
Spill kits. And so donation. So let's say, and you donate $1,000, great, to motorized. And hey Matt, can you go to the donate button? Go to donate, and then you'll see there's a designate your gift.
Oh yeah, I see it down there.
So designate your gift right here. Say you put 15 and then go to this little drop down menu.
Oh, look, you're about to donate.
You can donate to your specific recreation group.
Oh.
Right? So you could donate a grant. Well, I'm going to say $1,000, right? $1,000 to motorized, right? And if you do that this year with that, and this is kind of gets into our complicated budgeting realm, is that my $35,000 that is grant funded, I can put $1,000 towards spill kits, which pushes some of my grant funding into staffing. So if you came to me and you said this check, maybe it's not so specific here, but this check is only for spill kits, I go, great, now I have a grant to staff for 2026. Right? It might not always work that way, but this year, there is a level of flexibility in how I use those funds as long as they're for motorized, right? Because we did get some funding in that $35,000 for waste kits and spill kits, but now I have $2,500, and now I have $2,500 more money out of that $35,000 to put towards staff hours, which is amazing. It means we can have more connections and have more people on the ground. So that's kind of what any of the 2026 stuff will go into. Ideally, again, I want to be creating the foundation, which means saving for 2027. I want to be fiscally responsible. So does that help?
Yeah.
Give you a broad picture? And we're not necessarily exploring new projects right now. We're exploring foundation
Right.
and status quo.
How to have a budget to do what you want to do.
Yeah, and go to the Moab Guide Summit really fast. So this is just a mock page. It's not approved in what I was putting it together and practicing with it. So I'll have to hide it again. But, 2026 registration, scroll down a little bit more. What we have right here is like, if you were to register, there's an owner and manager dinner on March 11th from 4 to 7. And then there's also a guide day, which is a full day of guide specific training. What we found is that people who came wanted to get agency updates from folks like Jennifer, but it was just embedded in too many presentations. So we pulled it out, and we have an owner, manager, and then if you scroll down, you'll kind of see the makeshift schedule. So actually, after we do this, I'm going to hide it. But here's the makeshift schedule for day 1. Scroll down a little bit more.
I'm not available that day. No.
And then, I have to finish this webpage, but we have some information in here too. So it's all work in progress.
Well, I'm glad it's happening because I was just thinking about it the other day and I was like, are we doing it this year? I haven't heard it.
I know, yeah. And, I think my email is kind of getting lost. My new email is getting lost. So that's.
Does your old one come to you or not?
Not yet. And it won't actually.
Your old one still goes to you right now.
Oh, yeah,
You're
right now I
county
still have
employee.
it.
Yeah.
She's a county employee
Until January 1st.
Till January 1st.
Mhm.
And then it will give a bounce back notice, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
a bounce
It's gonna bounce back and say,
Send to Anna.
send it to somewhere else. So it won't automatically forward to her, I don't think was the.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, we did communicate on your new one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So that's my update.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
limited operations in Sand Flats, but still there.
Limited. How many do you think they'll still do one a week or something or
Well,
more during the season?
let me get there.
That's fine, whatever. I mean,
I'll let you know in March.
well, one thing, well, thanks to Anna, we have our patrol log all on an Excel spreadsheet that we copied from hers. And then she has hers. And so then my staff goes in and like Brendan especially,
Yeah.
he'll go in and look at both of them and say, okay, when was the last time somebody was on this and somebody was on that? And what's going on? Where was Ryan?
Yeah.
And so,
And
it's nice that we talked about this, like there's a place for notes.
Yeah.
We can like communicate back and forth of like, okay, yes, this area's somebody's been out there and somebody fixed something that we heard about and, we don't have to go there, we can go somewhere else.
we have
That's
we
good.
have systems we need to build with all of our partners now that we're nonprofit. And then I did want to say that the part-time funding for OHVR, when we had applied for it, the intention was that trail ambassadors start taking a light trail maintenance role. So Ryan has been out there raking out tracks and picking up garbage along all these areas, including poison spider, because it's good to get that done before the winter because the soil will begin its healing process and those tracks will be removed. So he's been doing that because our OHVR funding for this past grant cycle, which ends at the end of this year, we still had some hours available for him to work.
Is he done after tomorrow though? Do you got more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I talked to him and he's like, I think I'm done Friday.
Yeah, he's done Friday. Mhm. If you have any questions, just shoot me a text, email me.
I can
Is it
send you
on
her
your
contact, I can send you
Is
her
it on your
contact.
website, your
My-
email or text?
My email is on the website.
Okay, Stuart Moab.
Okay.
Text message, I have your number. I have your number. I have your number. I don't have your number.
I can send,
Do have one because it's classified.
do you want me to?
No, I'll get it. It'll be fine. We'll get it together.
Okay.
Anything for a
More.
price, we can do.
That's pretty complicated.
And you are physically located over by the liquor store?
Yes.
The new one or the?
Let's be clear, behind the liquor store, not in the liquor.
Oh,
that was the old one.
the
The old one.
Old Park Service, that's the first place I worked when I came to Moab.
Yeah.
Old USU. Yep.
It's a happy.
Park Service and Forest Service was in there and Moab.
The nonprofit galore over there.
Exactly.
All the nonprofits
Now it
over
is,
there.
yeah, they're all in one place. It's still good location.
We have a window, which we love.
Window.
Isn't the same.
I know, you got space there. I heard you have a couch.
Yes. I
Somebody
bought it
told me
with my
that.
own money.
Somebody told me you had a couch. I'm like, well, she's got a bigger space than she had here if she's got a
We've
couch.
already used it as an office, as like a meeting space.
Coming up in the world,
Maybe.
takes time.
It's
It's like real slow going up and it's like real fast going down. Start over.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you're welcome to stay if you want, or if you want to go back to your budget stuff.
Yeah, I've been working on the budget. I'll stay for a little while. I do have to go to the gym at 5, so.
Okay.
We want to,
We will, yeah, early. Okay, I'll go fast. Some of these will be really fast. Matt, do we have any citizens to be heard?
Nope, we're pretty boring.
Okay, all right, just checking. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that we had another star party. We collaborated with the city, approached me, Savannah at the city, and said, we want to do a star party for our volunteers that have worked for us this summer on the, they were checking the heat at different trailheads. Hell's Revenge was one of the trailheads they were checking. And so I got Nathan Martinez from Green River State Park and Zoe Prevost from Utah Raptor State Park, and they came. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't really cooperating. At 4:00, it was pouring. I called Savannah and said, are you sure you want to do this? She said, we've got tents, we're coming. Okay, so it did, the sky opened up a little bit a few times for us to put the telescopes on some things. But anyway, it was fun. Everybody had a good time. They did a good presentation again. So really nice to partner with them.
Are
And
you referring to August?
no, this was in,
Well, I was just asking.
November.
no, but we didn't advertise it because it
never
was,
said when it was.
oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was after the August one. So
Okay.
it was actually in October
Okay.
or November, early November. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was late. I think it was early November.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, Matt. So Matt has graciously allowed me to use his many photos from the Moab, from the Leaving a Trace play. Matt,
They're your photos. I was working that evening.
yeah, they were working. Okay. Yeah, you were out there like I was. So Matt took these photos. There's Eric at the trailhead. We had 2 staff every night up there. I think it was 1 or 2 anyway. And it was Friday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Saturday they did one here in town. And so these are just some pictures of out at Slickrock, and some of the actors are up on the top of the rocks there. That's pretty close to the trail head. And then this is in a, what was this? Woody's Cavern. They had a sign. I don't have his picture of the sign. So it was just wonderful. I don't know if anybody here got to go to it.
It was awesome.
They might do something in June. I was there 2 nights. It was really amazing to be out there. And he's got another, like this, I mean, you're out there with the sun setting, and you go to 4 different locations to watch 4 different acts. And they represent, like, one was water. I don't remember this one, but it was the cow and the fairy shrimp that kind of had an interesting relationship. And it was funny. It was musical. It was, people were sometimes crying. And look at this. This is a person in a costume that they made of a velociraptor on a mountain bike on the Slickrock Bike Trail, just riding around as things were going on the trail. And that's when they had a UTV dressed up like a Stegosaurus. And that's a really cool picture. We got that at night.
Oh
But yeah, it was amazing, the things they did. And those legs moved around as the vehicle moved. And then you can just see at night, this is like one of the acts in the evening after the sun's going down. And see the base back there. So there was, a lot happening, a lot of music in each place. And then this was at the end, they projected some things on the Slickrock, cliffs behind them, and lit up different parts. And then it was all pre-recorded, this part. And now, Matt, did you do this one? Is this like a special thing, or did it really look like that?
That's just from my
Video?
phone. No,
Oh, God.
I didn't do anything special.
I didn't remember them being all lit up at the same time, the different locations. Wow.
I think it was at the very end, they lit everybody up for their different spots where they were.
Yeah. So they were all spread out. This is just like in the before the bowl kind of just off the parking lot as you go in on the right,
Yeah,
below the road.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. And they might do something in June, like a replay of this. We'll see, because so many people didn't get to see
Oh,
it.
yeah, you don't want to crowd it up there. They sold out
Well, they
quick.
can only have 100
Yeah.
a night. They break them into
Yeah.
groups of 25. And they only did 3 nights up there.
Yeah.
And they sold out like before anyone even realized it was sold out. So I was glad we got to go up there and help and see it. So, okay, what's my next one, Matt? I think that's the last picture of that. Oh, Matt, can you click on that link?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, can you make it any bigger? Or do I do that?
Is it bigger?
The old growth forests of Moab are not what we typically associate with old growth forests in other parts of the country or even the world.
Oh, wait a minute.
Old growth forests are areas in which the trees
Oh, can you say
essentially
video?
been left to themselves.
Can you hear it?
Can you go back to the beginning?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
old
stop.
growth forests of Moab are not what we
All right.
typically associate with old growth forest.
Say it again.
We don't have the sound matching their picture. Should I-
Projecting it this way, the sound's going to be off.
Maybe I'll just go to how about it won't be recorded in the meeting, but I can go up and click it on let me just go on mine.
Yeah, you can click onto it and play it on your computer and be more in sync.
Where's Finley? There he is.
And while you're trying to do that, just to let everybody know, I helped out one day on the filming, taking Mark Finley out there. And I had no idea that some of these trees can be up to 2,000 years old. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, thank you. I was gonna put it. Okay, is it going?
Hit
No,
play.
hit play. Oh. That's the trailer.
That's great.
Or not really trailer, just what he's got
Yeah.
right now to share with you guys. I said, can you give me something to share with the committee? So he worked so hard to get those pinyon jays.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because they're hard to find.
He got them in Castle Valley,
Oh.
actually. And it was a friend's, it was Scott
Feeder.
Gibbs, feeder. And then they had BLM land behind it. Cool. Castle Valley, so. Yeah, okay, so how do I get back to you? There we are. All right. So that happened in October. He should have something to me by the end of the year and then maybe into January because we'll do some editing. So it should be out pretty, we'll have it out definitely for spring. Yeah. And yeah, there's opinionated footage. Oh shoot, you're not using okay, I sent you a second version. That's all right. That's fine. Go back one slide though. So this picture that's from the film that he sent me is our annual pass, has that picture on it. It looks really beautiful. Jason just made it like 2 days ago for me.
Makes for a nice picture.
Yeah, it really makes for a nice picture. And he did a good job of putting all the, verbiage around it that he has to do and stuff. Okay, now you can go to the next one. So the Falcon Climb, probably maybe they've started the work on it. You can go to the next one. Eric went out and helped them yesterday, and he took some pictures of them out there, and they've done a mile this week.
Using the state trail crew?
No, this is GCAT.
Mm-hmm.
And then
volunteers.
And then volunteers,
Yeah.
and then I sent Eric to help, and Brendan was gonna go too, but he wasn't feeling well.
Maddie had corral them for some labor up there.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm not sure about that, but anyway, it wasn't done this time.
It's about 3.5 miles up from the parking lot.
Yeah,
Great.
yep. So the weather's so great,
It has been winter.
Okay, Matt, you go to the next one. Oh, okay, so Porcupine 4x4 work. Remember that was happening when we were meeting last time? And so that is Dave Cousins on that machine that Cliff Coons has, MTC, it's MTC that has it, or it's actually, it is MTC?
Right with respect.
Right with respect that has it, okay. Then you can go to the next. So look at the size of the boulder he was, so the actual hammer wasn't working right, so he was doing everything with the bucket. And so this is like a drainage that he's such a pro, oh my gosh. And so he made it work, he filled that all in, and then you go to the next one, I think shows it filled in. Yeah, I came back and took pictures, anyway, that's after he filled it all in, so the higher up looking down from the road. And then there it is, completed.
That is nice.
Wow.
They did that in one day.
That is so much smoother than what it was.
It was getting treacherous.
I know, it was just really dangerous. Because I remember last time, Matt showed us pictures of a vehicle rolled over on there. And so anyway, so that's site one. The equipment is up in Sandy, getting worked on. Cliff isn't sure if it's going to come back before the end of the year or not, and what the weather's going to do. So, but anyway, January or February, get it done for the spring. Okay, you can go to the next one. So this is just, actually, this is the Dinosaur Track Site again. You can go to next slide, please, Matt. Nothing's really happened since I talked to you last time, but I am ordering the steel early next week. So we'll have everything bought on this year's budget under that capital improvements, and then the work will start in January. I talked to Emily Lessner, the paleontologist, and they won't have everything signed off till January, she told me.
How did you get Sitla to pay for the fences? You just called up Brian?
Yeah, Brian's going to reimburse us once, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. I just have to send him a letter. He says as long as it's under 10,000. I said, oh yeah, it will be.
Great.
So, yeah. And maybe I have to put that letter to the commission. I gotta see what I don't know. I did it. I've done this before. I don't remember if I brought it to the commission. I might have.
Andrea, what about a hiking trail from the Slickrock trailhead to get out there for walkers? Is
We
that
talked
still?
about that last time. I don't know if Tyson went ahead and put that on the route or not.
Okay, just curious.
Doesn't have to. Everything doesn't have to be in that plan. But we talked about that with him last time. Okay, you can keep going. Okay, yeah, that's more of the same, but you can see the tracks. I showed these to you guys last time. There's more of the fencing on the BLM section where it's planned to go. Okay. See, 780 feet of cable fence. We've already bought the cable. You have to buy the posts and drill from up in Junction. Okay, so there's the place where MTC is going to do the work in February, I guess, January, February. Okay.
Nothing in Lake Michigan?
No, they didn't.
No.
No plans for Lake Michigan
I thought
yet.
some of the
Yeah,
moderate rental guys were sad at one of those.
Well, that's what I thought, but then,
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason is that people were having trouble here and it was backing up. And then at the Lake Michigan area, it's fine unless you're trying to pass somebody who's stuck.
yeah.
So the thinking is when this gets resolved, you won't have backups and won't have
Okay.
people trying to drive around each other where they shouldn't be.
We'll see. I mean, it
Yeah.
is getting.
I was there, the one guy was saying their machines were hitting the spot.
Oh.
Okay, we can deal with that.
So,
Separate project.
oh, did he just draw that little arrow in? He did. Okay, Matt. All right, you can go to the next one. Might be toward the end here. Oh, wait, I think the tree is next.
Oh, yeah, and it's in the paper this week, the tree.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, master plan. Okay, non-motorized master plan. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I'm so confused, maybe you can explain how it works.
Oh, yeah, I will. I will. Let me do this one first.
Satellite media tour.
Oh,
How does it light up? The lighting installation is tied to a satellite media tour, which broadcast host has appeared live on morning news programs in major U.S. cities.
so there was a woman that I met when I was there one evening, and then the next day they sent me her report where she's being interviewed by a news station in San Antonio about the tree.
About camp stories.
Yeah.
How do you have the electricity for the tree?
So they,
Solar.
yeah, it's solar. It's a solar generator. I mean, it's a solar panel, and then it has the generator, the battery.
All right.
Battery, I should say, not generator, battery. And here's the part that well, you can't read it so well, but these signs are at the trailhead and at the cattle guard as people are going in. And I mean, yeah, people are really liking it. It's really being well
So the
received.
funding comes through the Moab Office of Tourism. Great.
Yeah, nothing's coming from us. No.
Yeah.
I'm just helping them.
From our promotional money, the money that we have a lot of money
Yes.
that we need to spend
No,
on.
no, I just.
Yeah, just so people know that like, I wish we could do all kinds of things with it. And
See how pretty
But
it
it's
is?
really pretty.
Yeah. It's better than the weird delicate arch at the bridge.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that
They
yet.
just- Delicate arch.
Oh, I have to go there and
It
look.
wasn't.
So that, I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but go back to that non-motorized master plan slide before this. One more back. Okay, well, anyway, it's just a placeholder. Let me read this to you though. So I was asking, remember Katie Murphy was here when we met about the non-motorized master plan with Tyson? And so I just asked her for an update yesterday, and she said that she gave me the link for anyone wanted to peruse the final plan. It was approved by the city yesterday, so that means Tuesday, actually. And there will be a public hearing before the County Planning Commission on Monday, the 15th. There's no date yet for the County Commission vote. It doesn't look like it's going to happen in December. I'll let you know when it happens on Monday, after the Planning Commission meeting, I guess. So anyway, the document is that I can send you guys. I'll send you guys this link.
Well, anyone
So you have
that goes
it.
to the meetings gets the link.
Yeah.
They
emailed us.
But unless you didn't go to the meeting, put your email in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in it
Yeah.
because
I got it. No.
I'll forward it to you guys
All right.
so that you can look at it. And I did check everything, and nothing had changed from when we did it. I forgot about the trail. So, but it's still something that can happen. I think the tree was the end.
It was.
Yeah, oh, no, but it was, updates from, the last one on there was the MTC Trail Proposals BLM Process Update. So we can turn this over to Jennifer.
So maybe back up for a second, you were gonna mention something about this, your staff, and you went to the Utah Raptor.
Oh, yeah, yes, thank you. So I just want to let you know that we had a great field trip. On Tuesday, we went out to Utah Raptor State Park, and Zoe Prevost, who was the one that came here for the evening programs, she's the interpretive ranger out there, and she took us to the quarry so we could see. And some of us hadn't been there before. And then she took us to the historic site where they have really nice descriptions of when it was a CCC camp and when it was a Japanese internment camp, and what they don't call that, isolation camp. And then the visitor center is really nice. And so there was a lot we learned I mean, about different natural history and stuff, but then also, like if just for us to tell visitors, that was another obvious goal. We drove through the campgrounds to see what their campgrounds look like. Oh my gosh, they have great facilities out there.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
shout in the bathroom.
the bathrooms are amazing. I took pictures in the
A
bathroom.
little shower and bathroom. It's worth it to go out there.
I know, she always like, I spent $50 and I just stayed there. I'm coming out just to shower. Shower, shade structure, water, electricity. Yeah, very nice. And then we found out that anyone can go to the visitor center for free. You don't have to pay the park entrance. And if you're 65, you can buy a senior pass. Then $65 for the year.
Get one.
Yeah, and it has 2 signatures on the back. And so I can sign it even though I'm not 65 and I can go without my husband. I can just take his pass. So it's a 2-person pass. Yeah, anyway, we got all those.
This is being recorded.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Like little details that I didn't know about the state park. So it was a great tour. So anyway, Jennifer, go ahead and let us know if you know anything about the process for the MTC.
Sure, you bet. I'll
proposals.
give you a little bit of an update. They are both in process. The fins go around and slick fins loop. The cultural survey was completed. The checklists for the National Environmental Policy Act, which is an environmental assessment, are underway. The Hell's Revenge proposal is actually being done under a categorical exclusion. So in theory, a little bit shorter in time and duration, with no significant impacts. You mentioned a bit about Emily, the paleontologist working on the Hells Project, so that's fantastic. Definitely needed, and appreciate you bringing that to the BLM's attention and being super proactive in getting the materials and supplies and making it happen. So big thanks there. I'm just looking through my notes to see if there are any specifics. There was a concern identified, and I don't know if anybody's chatted with you about this, when the cultural survey for the Slick Fins connector was done. There is a route that is already signed out there that is not a designated route in the BLM's.
Oh, yes, Katie called me. Katie called me.
You've already had a conversation about that. Great.
Yeah, we want it added.
Okay, so that's a little unknown piece that we picked up on.
It's one that we all know very well. It's this little one right here.
By the closed gate?
Oh.
No, right, that little where you can decide if you want to do the dog leg or you
Right, so it's the exit, it's the early
That's
exit.
right here.
Okay.
Of the-
That little right there.
Oh.
So you have the option of
That
exiting or
right
instead
there.
of going out.
You're the number 9.
So it's not designated.
That little cutoff.
So interestingly enough, things change, people change, what have you. When we were able to steal Frank from Grant County, our GIS guru, he came to us, with freshness and interest. And yesterday, he and Katie actually sat together for a while, a couple hours, going through a lot of the travel plan changes that we've done over the years.
Oh, okay.
So we have the NEPA, we have the alignments. Some of them are in the GIS corporate data, some of them are not. So just taking a minute to match things up. I don't doubt that maybe this little piece is an example of one of those, but we don't find it on either the NEPA or in the GIS layer. So we'll work together to figure out how to do that.
Been there as long as I've worked here.
Another example, something similar of just like everyday run of the mill up at the Power Dam Trailhead, Mill Creek. That's the mill, how do we call it? The Old Mail Trail, the Mill Creek Rim Trail is a designated trail. It's a mountain bike trail. And our GIS layer shows it going into basically just downstream of the dam. But we have NEPA that also shows it going to the corner of the parking lot. And so we're working on fixing that stuff too. So there's always opportunity for corrections, improvements.
Maps are always like that.
Additions, deletions, things, stuff. So
yeah. So you said that the fins loop, the one where we had the 5 different ways to come down and we're
that's
closing
in
2 of
process
them.
as well.
That's in the cultural survey. has been
Yep.
completed for that one?
Let's see.
In the process.
Or-
We're calling the easier go around of a difficult hill, just to try and differentiate.
Yeah,
So the new addition would be approximately 200 feet in length. 5 locations where people drive down this hill. The other non-designated location would be physically closed. So that's in process as well.
good, good.
Whereas that Slick Fins connector is what we were calling it, is 0.33 miles long. Yep. So I think those are the 2.5 that you were curious about an update on.
Yeah,
All in process. This time of the year is a little difficult. The last 2 weeks seem like they've been just crazy busy. I suspect part of it had to do with the shutdown and people coming back from the shutdown, although the rec program essentially worked throughout the duration of the 43-day shutdown. The other resource folks really weren't unless they were on call. Also, we have that Thanksgiving holiday and people came back from that, and it's this flurry of activity the last few weeks. And then this is the time where a lot of folks go off on additional holiday leave, vacation, what have you. So it'll be the first of the year before we know it, but all this stuff is in process.
great.
We also are starting to pull together, not ideas, because we already have a lot of them, of the America 250th anniversary, right, of the country. And so many of the projects that we do anyway, volunteer, trail maintenance and upkeep, all qualify for that, right? We're celebrating our public land system. And so just a heads up or reminder of that. We had some conversations, thanks to Mark and Nina and Peyton, about the 60th anniversary of the Cape Safari project. So
I've been talking to Nina.
it's gonna happen really
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, Nina
Once we hit
contacted me.
January, it just goes.
Yeah, she contacted me about where they want to. I hope they've contacted you guys.
Well, I'm looking to Mark because he's
Yeah.
our lead.
Yeah.
And on that subject, we talked about scheduling a trip out there to take a look at it.
Yeah.
If everybody's okay with that, I'd like to wait for Peyton to come back. I think the project is small enough that we've got plenty of time between mid-February and March 28th to pick up some T-posts and some wire. And
Yeah.
I know we're trying to wait for Mike's Jeep to come back from the shop. And the only unknown is weather. I hate to schedule something in February today and
Right.
you get snow. So if everybody's okay, and the reason I'm verbalizing it is I'm not worried about schedule. I'm just worried about all the interest. People are going to ask, and we ought to be able to have a consistent answer.
Agreed.
So if we're all okay, I'd like to not pick a date today, but sort of target early February to get out there and put eyes on site. That's okay? And I've spoken to a couple other people in the club. If Mike's not available, his Jeep's not available, that they'll be able to come out with a.
Right.
So we won't be out there with just one vehicle. We'll have a couple extra.
With
sets.
everybody hanging off of it.
Yeah, it's always good to have another set of eyes, another vehicle. I see. In case you have
Yeah, we'll
trouble.
go out, of course.
All right, so we'll talk more as we get closer to.
Thanks.
I have 3 good people working on it, I think. They should be working on it.
You and Mark. I'm
Tuesday,
guessing,
Mike.
so.
Tuesday.
Well,
Oh, you're talking about your Jeep.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the project.
Well, also Nina Barlow contacted me about the place that they want to have their reveal, where Jeep wants to
Oh, I don't know
reveal.
anything about
Yeah, I guess they usually do Navajo Rocks, but they want to do it on, you were calling that the tin cup or
People
something,
refer to it as the tin cup. It's right before,
between Campground F and what used to be H.
it's where right
After.
before Finn's exits the southern loop. There's an option where you can go up an optical
Really
loop,
difficult.
quick loop and come back, or you can go left and exit.
Yeah.
That's the general area that they want to have their.
So who should get it, gonna have that permit through? Recreation?
No, it would be a lands permit if it's a filming permit.
Probably Todd?
No, well, Todd would be the supervisor, but it'd be Reed or
Okay.
Lisa. If
Okay,
it's a film, 2920 is our film permit.
yeah, because she just contacted me about what would my concerns be, and I was kind of like, well, it's not a very big area. There's a beautiful view of the mountains, and you have the Red Rock and everything opening up. But then she was gonna have like 40 vehicles parked in Raptor route parking, and I said, I don't think you can fit 40 vehicles in there, and it'll be I know what
There's people already parked.
Right, what about all the mountain bikers doing raptor route, you know? And so then she said, well, how about if we parked on the radio tower road, where you have that big area where the corral used to be, and then shuttle people over. So that sounds better. So anyway, she's gonna get back to me again, but maybe I should call Reed and just see what's going on.
Well, speaking
there.
of Reed, I visited with him as I was walking out the door.
About the tree.
About the tree. He said that he had responded to you. Apparently there are some cultural resource issues, which is why a mitigation measure is in place for some type of a barrier.
So
And that's all I know.
okay,
I don't know.
because I went out there and I did not see anything. I mean, I worked as a field archaeologist for 3 years. I didn't see anything, but
Let me know if I can help at all, but please and thank you for coordinating with him. And
the soil's only 2 inches deep there
I
in front of the
wish I
tree.
knew more, but that's no.
So anyway,
The other
we'll
thing
figure it
I
out.
was gonna say is I learned the hard way on Saturday that the tree goes out at 8 o'clock, because I was up there at 8:03 and it was off, so I can clarify that.
5, oh yeah, Matt was asking about that. 5 to 8 every day from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Why not 9?
until January, if it still
Let's go
remains.
with 9 o'clock.
The other thing I want, oh, sorry, go ahead, finish with the tree.
So I guess I met with Allie and I met with Quinn today as well about the tree. And Allie's working on getting some barriers. They're just gonna do it instead of asking
The
the
contract.
contractor who's in Denver, she's gonna do it.
That's smart.
So yeah.
Who's lighting the candles every night?
Oh, those candles aren't there. That was just for the pictures. But the tree lights up, you know, with the solar panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We're thinking of having you do it.
Okay.
No, and if the barrier doesn't work, then what I heard in the email was that then there's gonna have to be a monitor there from 5 to 8 every night. And they said, no, they'll just take it down then.
People mess with it.
But people aren't messing with it. Just that if they can't keep people away with that little barrier and there's still concerns about cultural impacts to a cultural site, then at least right now, and Moab Office of Tourism said, well, then we'll just take it down.
So they
Which
put
is
the
sad,
tree
because people have really liked it.
They put it in the dump.
No, it's on the Slickrock bike trail. You just
Oh.
walk down the rock
Yeah.
and there it
It's a
is.
live tree
And
that's.
there's a dry wash in front of it.
Okay.
And anyway, so, and people, I went out there and swept tracks and, I don't know, my personal opinion, I didn't see any problem. But anyway, they have their permits and what they have to do. So we'll see how it ends up. And, but people are really liking it. I had Brian Martinez come up to me before a meeting just 2 days ago and say that he went up there before dark. They rode the Slickrock bike trail, him and his boys, and they watched the sunset. And then when they came back, the tree was lit.
I sent you the video of him and his boys too.
Oh, you did?
You
Oh,
looked at your
okay.
email you pulled up. So,
Oh.
yeah, go help. You won't be on the recording, but you can pop over there. It's really fast. But and while I give my report, so I think Jacques wants.
Can I jump in really
Oh,
quick?
go
Sorry, one more thing. I just
Yeah.
wanted to say I was amazed. I went up with my dogs on Thanksgiving evening to Sandflash to just take them for a sunset walk. It was slamming busy.
Oh, yeah, we were
everywhere.
really
Yeah.
busy.
I was
We-
amazed. I mean, I knew it would be busy, but it was way busier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So people were really loving it. They were loving the public lands. They were all behaving, doing
I
amazing,
love the
wonderful
sunset things
activities.
there. All the campers go up to watch.
Tons of UTVs, tons of bikers, tons of runners and hikers, and just people all over the place on Thanksgiving Day. So
Yeah.
anyway, if there's questions for BLM, go for it later on. But thank you, Mel. Go.
I just.
How do I get that? You emailed it to me?
Yeah, email it to you. Maybe on tree, maybe on
Search
trash.
for her email.
It should be on the very front.
Oh, there it is. I just need to refresh it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Down,
do I download it?
Maybe.
She never saw it.
I just barely.
No, she just sent it to me.
I just sent it to her after.
I'm rolling.
Okay.
Nice. Really
Yeah,
liking
and it was, it was Camp Stories. So our marketing
Okay.
company is Camp Stories, and we have like 4 different ones doing different things of marketing. And so this was their idea, kind of like a matching the Rockefeller tree lighting that they do. But this is, there they bring a tree in. This is a live tree, never cut down, and it's solar. It's set up with solar, and so they actually have contract with a company. And it was all paid for out of TRT promotional money, same as the lighting of the bridge. That was TRT promotional money, and bringing people to Moab, in the winter. It's something, come to Moab for the winters, check out our lights.
Yeah.
And in collaboration with the Chamber of Commerce, because they do they're the ones that put on Santa Claus lighting at the park and the light parade. So
It seemed like it was the busiest it's ever been, and big.
Yeah, and we changed the chamber changed some reason for the chamber. We changed it. I feel like everybody. I was gone. I was in Hawaii. I just got back from vacation.
Oh,
That's awesome. I don't know.
So everybody seemed to really enjoy
That's nice.
the direction of it that way. Any of the park, I didn't hear any complaints.
Great.
So, yeah. So that was awesome to make a change and not have any complaints is almost amazing.
I think there were a lot of people that didn't know the change had happened, because I was actually parked over by Walker True Value,
Mhm.
and there was a lot of traffic back and forth trying to figure it out and whatnot.
Oh,
But boy, people seem to really enjoy it, and the whole end at the Swanee City Park with Village Market and Moonflower and whatever else was going on was busy.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I didn't go
Yeah.
to the Swanee Park, but
And I think my other updates we covered with the administration fees. We just finished the budget workshops. We had a negative, could have been like $2.2 million, and we brought it down to like a negative $96,000 at the end of our. That's what we'll be voting on with some freezes and stuff. So.
is that what you got down to?
Negative a $96,000 draw.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. And so we'll see. I mean, of course, that's all just pie in the sky numbers and stuff. But if we can get if revenue comes up, or, I don't think expenses will go up because we just froze a bunch of them. But so that will be voted on Tuesday, our budget. And, Trail Ambassadors, you got the update on that. And I think this will be my last meeting. Jacques wants his board.
Oh,
Where are you going?
cute.
No, okay, I can tell no.
You're the best ever.
Ever.
Don't we get to vote on that?
Where do you go? Where do you go if you give this board up? Like, was there a trade-off or something?
Trade. Brian wants me to take planning and zoning, which is big.
Oh.
I know. So I would like to go beyond planning and zoning, but I can't be on every board. I would like to be on every board. I wish I had enough time because I want to know what is going on with everybody. So I'm really happy. But if you guys have a vote, I'll tell Jacques no. I'll walk out of the room and she can text me later. You have to be nice to me because I'm sitting.
No, I think it's sincere.
Yeah, he's been asking me for months if he can have this
I
board.
understand why he wants it, but if you like it, you should keep it.
Just keep it. That'd be nice. Or give it to him for a year. And
Unless
then
you
take it
owe
back.
him something.
I don't owe it. I don't anything. I don't say.
Arm wrestle them.
Arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't we have a say in
I'm
it?
about to say, I know how I do it.
I'll just tell him. I'll say, never mind, Jacques. I already had told him because he asked me a couple times, and I'm like, well, let me get to the end of the year. There's only a few meetings left. Let me finish the year.
But you didn't tell him what year.
Oh, I didn't tell him. I should say.
Obviously, Evan didn't give it to him.
You did what you had.
Yeah. Well, I know he's asking. I just like to be nice. I mean, it'd be awesome if we could all. You only have. Technically, I only have 4 years to be a commissioner unless I run again. So it's like if I could spend a little time on every board, then I get to know a lot.
Wow.
I learned so much just in this year in this board, even though I grew up in Moab. So I really love it and appreciate it, and I'm happy to bring information. So we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Right.
But that would be it. So that's all that day I really have. I have to go take my son to the doctor.
Oh yeah, good. Oh good. We got to say 5
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm gonna head out and go take him to the doctor. But anyway, so that's for that. So no, I don't want to get rid of any of my boards. I'll take another one. But
There's only so many hours in the day.
I know there's only so many hours in a day. Well, I accomplished. We got and EMS. I spent a ton of time on my EMS board this year between Trail Ambassadors and EMS. I was like, whew.
Well,
I got lots of free time because the Prop 13 trying to pass those things and figure them out. It's like those are lots of hours you spend. So I just have hours to give to somewhere else now.
I see now. So you have too much free time.
Yeah, too much free time. I have meetings till 9 o'clock tonight, so I don't think I have too much free time.
Oh, gosh. All right, well, I guess we should adjourn.
Yeah, you guys, I think you can.
You can shut it off now.
Yeah.
Did you hear us?